What's up, everybody? We are live here on Tuesday, March 25th. It's a big week for Maryland sports in general,
Oh my
boys.
God. Oh
How
my
we doing,
God.
fellas?
I'm still shaking from Derek Queen's shot the other night. I don't know how you guys are doing.
Still recovering for sure. Emotionally recovering. I don't know where you guys watched it. I don't know if you were working, Dusty, or I watched it at Katie's house, and I screamed, and I think I killed one of the dogs. Like their heart stopped, like right there on the couch.
Pigtown, shut up. He did not travel. That's a joke.
There's no such thing as traveling anymore.
He JK'd. Yeah,
I mean,
he probably did by the rules of the basketball, of college basketball, but who cares? That was they're never calling that, especially in that situation. But it was awesome. I was at work during the day. I got home maybe 5 minutes into the game from work and just parked myself on my bed and watched the whole game in bed. I was screaming at the television, laying in my bed. We're bigger than them. Just fucking go inside. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I was going absolutely crazy. And then, as soon as the game was over, I took a shower and went out because my adrenaline was so high. I was like, I need to go get some drinks. It was awesome though. Brooks, where did you watch it? Did you watch it at home?
Yeah.
I liked Brooks sends out a text to us. Let's do an emergency podcast. And he responded, I'm going to go get emergency blacked out.
Yeah. And I did.
After the game, I couldn't calm down for like at least 30 minutes. Like Katie and I watched like a cooking show, and I'm like still jacked up, like watching some dude sous vide some meat. Like,
yeah, dude, I was not. I needed to talk to somebody about it.
I was taking care of Brooks in the Discord. He kept saying his butthole was getting tight for some reason.
My butthole was tight the entire game. I mean,
it was. Well, let's talk about the game. It was so frustrating to watch for me because I know Colorado State's coach is supposed to be like one of the guys. He's supposed to be like a real, one of the guys that's going to get one of these big jobs, and whether it's this year, next year, whatever.
He already took one.
Oh, who did he take? I didn't see.
He went to Minnesota.
Oh, okay. There we go. Well, maybe he'll have more success there than Patino's kid did. But that remains to be seen. That's a Big Ten school. It's a big job. He just took a job, Pigtown. Sorry, I missed that. But I was so frustrated because it was so clear and evident to me, at least, that we were clearly the more talented team. And I get that's how March Madness works. The more talented team doesn't always win. That team played within themselves. They made a lot of crazy, ridiculous, like fadeaway lay-in, like 7 to 10 foot shots that just kept going in. And it was so frustrating. But thank God they could not shoot a 3 in the second half. I think they were like 1 of 12 or something like that. If they made any of those, we were cooked.
Well, that one dude in the first half couldn't fucking miss.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt like they were running like Harvard's offense. Like they were just back cutting everything and we were just not picking it up.
Yeah. I mean, they did a great job. I mean, there was a couple of really, really nice passes on like fake. Basically, they were going up as if they were going to shoot a 3. And then the guy dished it into the lane to a wide open guy underneath the basket, which how does that happen so often? I love that we switched to a zone early in the game. Willard saw that the man just was not working and he switched to a zone and it got a lot better throughout the course of the game. But
I don't know if that was like communication or if we were just sloppy on defense or what, but like, yeah, we got to clean that up if we're going to have any chance against Florida.
I know. And
we were getting out rebounded on the offensive glass like crazy. And
which is crazy. We got Queen and Reese.
Yeah.
Two of the best rebounders in the country, right?
I think like in 2 consecutive trips, that little white dude, I think his last name was Bond, got offensive rebounds. Like, how the hell is this?
Oh my God,
this guy's like 5'9".
Yeah, he was all over the place too. He was in the lane. He was doing all kinds of shit.
What a rascal, man!
Miguel hitting those 2 threes in rapid succession late. That was huge. Basically, it just seemed like for a couple minutes we just couldn't miss. We got a nice little hot streak there, and we needed it bad.
Miguel definitely walked on that one drive to the lane. I think he took 4.5 steps. And don't give me this Euro step shit.
I agree with you.
Last time you saw a travel called. They don't call.
I agree. I agree with you, but like there was, I don't know, I could probably think of at least 4 times where Colorado State was traveling. I'm like, what the fuck? So they just weren't going to call it. They're just like, all right, play the game as long as it's
They're all palming the ball. Like there's no more.
Well, that's gone. That's been gone for a while.
Yeah.
Oh man,
get off my lawn!
Don't steal my lawn. Yeah, Joe says I'll allow it 23 and 2 start the season. Brian, yeah, look, I mean they're in the Sweet 16 too. Coach Cal's got all this talent coming back, getting healthy at the right time, and you know how Coach Cal is in the tournament.
Well, see, here's the question for Joe, because they were doing this on Dan Patrick's show today. They were going over all the teams in the tournament still, and they were going football school or basketball school. Mm-hmm. So like they did Maryland, and then they said basketball. They did Duke, obviously basketball, and they got to Arkansas. And it actually is a decent question. I know Joe's going to want to chime in on this. Like, is it a basketball school or is it a football school?
As a recent bias, I mean, it's a basketball school.
Yeah, with Coach Cal there, I think it's a basketball school. I almost said basketball.
I'm even going back to the Nolan Richardson days. So when they won a
I
national
title, I just feel like Arkansas football hasn't been real relevant recently. I mean, for a bit.
Joe says baseball.
I mean, I know they play in the SEC, so but
you can say baseball school, Joe, but the basketball team, even if they're bad, is going to make way more money than the baseball team. That's just the sad fact of college sports.
And if Coach Cal gets this team to the Final Four, he's the first coach to take 4 or 5 different teams to the Final Four, which is nuts. 4 of them, because him and Patino both had 3, and everyone was like, "All right, we think Patino is going to take it," and then obviously Cal came out and whooped that ass.
Where's Cal been? Memphis, Kentucky, Arkansas. Where else?
Started at UMass.
Okay.
His first big recruit was Marcus Camby.
Wow. Former Denver Nugget great. Hell yeah. Him and Nene. They were running shit inside for a while. Denver Nuggets.
Nene.
Oh, man. I always used, in the old NBA live games when me and Brooks would play, I loved Carmelo Anthony. He was my guy, so I always used the Nuggets, no matter what. So I can name way too many of those guys.
Speaking of from Baltimore.
Yeah. And also, speaking of maybe a little preview for our best college basketball players of all time draft later, I think he's going to be a part of that list, regardless of the fact that he was a one and done. We'll have that conversation a little bit later. But, yeah, we're going to have 2 drafts today, guys. We're going to do our normal snake draft. Our idea, because of March Madness, was best college basketball players. And we also, before the baseball season starts, we wanted to do this homer draft. So we're all 5 going to pick, or we're all 3 going to pick 5 guys that we think are going to hit a lot of home runs this year. And whoever has the most home runs throughout the season will win a prize, or the loser will lose a prize. I don't know. We'll figure out punishments. We've got a lot of ongoing bets on this that need to be, I think,
documented.
So, we also need some ideas for the loser for the bracket. And right now, I am not doing good. And for whatever reason, the bracket I submitted in the Gary Williams one is different than the one that we actually drafted. So we need to go over little stipulations here to see if.
How am I doing with my UNC Wilmington to the Elite 8 picks?
I don't know. Not good either, I assume. Yeah, I mean, Brian's also in the 99th percentile right now. So
99.5 percentile. Yeah.
If Maryland beats Duke in the championship, I'm back in.
Yeah, right.
Nobody's got that, right?
Yeah. One thing I did want to bring up that happened this morning. Willard just ghosted the 106.7 show or whatever in DC.
I saw that. Yeah, he was supposed to go on this morning at like 9:45, and he just no-showed.
Yeah, I don't love that. I hope that's not like. I hope that's them. They just traveled to San Francisco yesterday, and he's sleeping in.
Yeah.
Because that's not boding well with the Villanova job still available.
What's the team do? Did they fly back and like go to class and then go back to? Yeah, they're just gone. They're gone for like a month, right?
Basically,
or however long they play.
Because with you can take classes online now if they're even going to class.
Yeah.
Well, they always lighten the load during basketball season. I know you can't really do that in like the November, December time frame, but the second half, I feel like they probably are lightening the load.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But I mean, look,
we did that for baseball. Like we would like if you want to take an extra class or something, or if you want to do 12 credits, make sure you're doing 12 credits during baseball season.
Yeah.
But back to the Maryland game. Like, look, every team has a clunker in the tournament. I hope that was our clunker.
Yeah.
And we still came out with a win. So
Yeah.
I'll take that. But we can't have anything remotely close to that against Florida. They're too dangerous. And I'm surprised Florida even got past UConn.
I was going to say,
doing this. Maybe
I
don't know. We might have accidentally. Sorry.
Oh shit.
We were just brainstorming ideas for drafts, and I was like, well, why don't we just pick guys to hit home runs or get strikeouts or something like that?
Unintentional steal here.
Yeah. Pickdown, if you're doing that, sorry, dude. We're not trying to steal your thunder here. We're just we're just idiots and we don't pay attention.
We're not stealing content.
Brian, let's talk about that Florida UConn game. And honestly, we haven't talked since the tournament started. There's a ton of stuff we got to talk about, but that Florida UConn game sticks out, especially now because we're playing Florida in this next round. What did you think about Hurley's comments after the game? What did you think about the game itself? Do you think UConn got screwed? I don't think UConn got screwed at all. I just think Florida was the better team. I think UConn defended their title as well as they could have based on the roster they had. What are your overall thoughts? You can go take it wherever you want.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll hit every single thing you just said. I mean, I watched the entirety of the game. Look, UConn didn't get screwed. UConn had plenty of opportunities, a lot of open looks in the second half. They could have won that game. They were leading a majority. They were right there in the majority of the game. And I don't know. They were leading for, I want to say, the majority of the game. It just the last 3-4 minutes, Florida got hot and UConn got cold, and that's what happened. They let them hang around. In regards to Danny Hurley, I mean, I have multiple "that's a shame," so I don't play the intro or anything.
Got it.
But one of my "that's a shame" is Danny Hurley is a great basketball coach. He just has some weird ass antics immediately coming off the floor, sometimes at officials, and then in those press conferences. So that's the only part I don't like about him. Just like Aaron Rodgers, like he's a great football player, but he's just an awkward dude off the court, and it affects other people. You don't have to say that shit to the Baylor players and coaching staff when in the tunnel and the teams are crossing because Baylor was going, they had the next game to play whoever the heck they had to play. And he was like, I hope the refs don't fuck you like they fucked us. Like Baylor has nothing to do with what just happened on the court.
Yeah.
Like, shut the hell up. And then just constant bitching, moaning, whining. And look, this is who he is. He's not going to change. Apparently he gets this from his father, who was a great high school basketball coach, was apparently even crazier than Dan Hurley.
Somehow.
So, I mean, this is ingrained in him, and it is who he is. So, look, he's a great basketball coach. He's not going to change, and winning is a great deodorant. When he was winning, no one gave a shit about this stuff. But the minute you start losing, people start nitpicking at you. I just don't care if you're winning or losing. You just act like a terrible human being.
Yeah, it's super competitive and super reactionary, right? That's just what I get from him, and I kind of respect the competitive nature of it, but it's to a certain extent you have to be able to control your emotions, and you're trying to guide these teenagers. You're not setting a good example for them coming off the court. If they go to the NBA and they come off the court and they scream and holler, they're going to get fined for that shit. Like I don't know. Brooks,
you demand composure. You demand composure of your team, and then you show no composure.
Yeah,
that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I agree with you there. He lets his emotions get the best of him too much when he just needs to sit back and let it fester for a minute. But I agree with you, Brian. I think he's the best coach in the country. I mean, it's been pretty obvious in the last 3 years, even this year. I mean, when they didn't play as well, and like the game they just put up against Florida, shows you he's an amazing coach, and his guys love him. And I do respect the fact that he is so emotional, because like it just shows how much he cares about his players, which I like. I just wish he'd do that in his inside voice in his head a little bit, or maybe inside of his locker room and not in front of a microphone or when people are recording. But I don't know, maybe that just makes him who he is at this point. So it's hard to. I'm kind of torn. Do I love the comments all the time? No, there are some comments that piss me off, but I just think that's why he is. That's why he is the way he. That's why he's the best coach in the country, is maybe because of that fire and that emotion. But yeah, I don't think they got screwed. I think they played their ass off. I respected the hell out of it. I was watching that game and I was like, I don't want either of these teams the way they're playing right now.
No.
So I was like, this is not going to be a good game for us unless we play our best game. And it seemed like both Florida, even their Clayton dude didn't even have his best game, but at the end he was clutch as hell. So, but yeah, the way I was literally watching that game thinking to myself, like, I don't want either of these teams. So,
yeah. I mean, it's going to be a tough road either way. I guess it makes it a little easier. St. John's is out, but maybe not because this Arkansas team is so hot. I don't really know. And we'll see how they deal with who do they have to play? Texas Tech?
Yeah.
Right. Texas Tech.
Yeah.
We'll see how they deal with Texas Tech. And, we'll see, obviously, if the Terps are able to pull an upset on Florida, if we're going to be able to match up against Arkansas, because, God, that would be hilarious based on just for the show. Right.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Yeah. We
so
might have to watch that game.
Joe put something in the Discord. He's got one of the I guess he's one of the Arkansas guys. He wants to try to figure out some way to do a live watch along with that. So we'll have to, if it gets to that point, we'll have to talk to see what everyone's schedules look like.
Yeah, because that'd be
fun.
That game would be Saturday, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday.
That would be absolutely delicious if the four of us are on watching that game together. I mean, just
be screaming at Joe the whole time.
Well, not if the other Arkansas guys on there.
True.
We scream at both of them.
Yeah. What other takeaways do you guys have from the first couple rounds of the tournament? A lot of chalk this year. A lot of the higher seeds winning, or the lower seeds, I guess. The better teams are winning. The teams that are supposed to win. A lot of the big spreads hit in the first round. I know a lot of people took like the plus 28.5 kind of stuff for like those 16, 15 seeds, whatever. What stood out to you as the most so far in the tournament, outside of the Maryland side of things?
Go ahead, Brooks.
I think you need these tournaments. Like, is it good for every year for like the first round? No. But I mean, it's better for like later on in the tournament. When you're not going to get like that Sweet 16, Elite 8, or Final Four blowout that seems to happen every once in a while.
Yeah,
it could still happen, but like when you have the better teams in there, it tends to be better games. And sometimes I am watching some of these games in like the Elite 8, and it's like, man, this would have been a much better game if so and so didn't get upset. So, yeah, that's. Do I care? No. I hope it changes because we're a 4 seed. So, I mean, I guess the only Cinderella right now is Arkansas, and I feel like there's an 11 seed too.
Could be wrong.
No, I don't think there is. I think
Arkansas
10
pretty much it.
Yeah, first time in like a very long time that an 11 seed or higher hasn't made it to the Sweet 16. This is kind of like March badness because. Normally you like to see a couple upsets, and like everyone likes an upset or likes getting behind at least one team. Like Loyola of Chicago. Yeah, can't believe we just came up with that on the fly together. Sister Jean, like George Mason. You like getting behind that, and then like when you get deeper in the tournament, like you just said, Brooks, it's kind of like, all right, let's get them out of here now, and let's let the big boys fight, because all of a sudden a blowout occurs. Like this is kind of sucks, but. Look, a chalk tournament happens time to time, and that's what's occurring here. I think I don't even consider Arkansas an underdog. They were not healthy through the duration of the season, and like Joe knows and informed us, they started 0-5 in the SEC. They started getting guys healthy again, and they're a dynamite team with a dynamite coach. So I don't consider them an underdog just because they have a 10 next to their name.
Yeah. I was listening to Ian Rappaport yesterday. I believe it was him, or it was Reese Davis. I think it was Reese Davis. And he was like, I remember in the last time when it was like 4 number 1 seeds in the Final Four.
It was 2008.
Yeah, it was like whoever it was, regardless. It was Duke and everybody, all the other ones.
Duke, Kansas, Kentucky.
And Duke won.
Yeah.
But they were like, that Final Four was electric, and the buzz was electric because you had all the best teams there. So I think that's kind of cool, but it is kind of, it would have been nice to see some upsets. But
yeah. Yeah, I tend to agree with you guys. I mean, we got a couple 6 seeds in here in Ole Miss and BYU. Ole Miss going up against Michigan State, BYU going up against Alabama. I think both of those could be pretty good games, to be honest with you. Michigan State had a little bit of more trouble with New Mexico than I would like to see out of a Michigan State team. But, obviously it's Tom Izzo. We're not going to bet against him in March ever because he is just the most consistent dude at winning these games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can see it getting a little hairy from here with a couple of those 6 seeds going. Or even Arkansas, like you said, but you're right, Brooks. I think the basketball is better later on in the tournament, and we're going to see that this weekend. I think we're going to see a lot of really good close matchups this weekend. I don't think there's going to be a lot of those big blowouts. I hope not, at least.
And while we're talking college basketball tournaments, all inclusive, like even the women's tournament, because that Maryland women's game last night was electric.
I so wanted to talk about that. I walked into to Green Turtle. We were down 12 at the end of the third quarter, I think. They came back and they forced overtime. They should have won in regulation. They go up by 3, and they foul the girl taking a 3. And I don't think any of the 3 free throws hit the net. That's how that girl was locked in.
What was her name? Sarah Ashley Barker. Yeah. Sarah Ashley Barker. And that I don't think she missed. She had 45 fucking points. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was the highest scoring women's basketball game I've ever seen in my life, by the way. It was like 112 to 110 or something like that was the final.
They were showing a ton of stats, like a ton of graphics, like second highest college basketball score of all time. I don't know if it's tournament
crazy
or just like, of all time.
Yeah.
And then she had the 3rd most points ever in an NCAA tournament game. The person that has the most also had it against Maryland, by the way, but it was like in 1978 or something like that.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, good for Brendan Fries and the Lady Terps for getting to the Sweet 16. They got a run in now to South Carolina, who is a women's college basketball powerhouse.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, absolute juggernaut. So it's going to be a really tough road to hoe for them going forward. But hopefully they're going to be able to pull out some magic. And they obviously pulled out some magic last night. That game was amazing. We had people closing out at the bar at the end of the first overtime because they didn't think that it was going to double OT, and then they reopened and they watched the rest of the game, which is tale as old as time, But it was awesome. It was a ton of fun to watch, and also a ton of fun to watch a lot of our regulars actually get interested in the women's basketball. I think Caitlin Clark is really her impact. It's been felt for sure because I've never seen this many people paying attention to it. I had it on every TV in the bar. So,
yeah, the women's tournament. I've watched a couple of women's games and they've been really good. I forget the other ones that I watched just because the Maryland game yesterday completely brainwashed me from everything else I'd seen prior. But while we're on the women's tournament, what a shame for Juju Watkins and USC.
That's a shame. And if you guys want to do that's a shame now. No.
All right, let's go ahead.
Let's just do it because yours is related to college basketball. Yeah. Juju Watkins, torn ACL, number one team in the country for pretty much the whole year, right? USC 30-3. They win the game anyway by 37 points. But it completely tanks I would imagine USC's chance here, and it really just sucks because she's been the best women's college basketball player this year. It just sucks. Brian, you have more on this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll let you have that's a shame. That's a shame because I have another one that's college basketball oriented as well.
Yeah.
So,
but if you have stuff to add, go ahead. I mean, that's what.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, look, it was a harmless play. She got sandwiched between two defenders. There was nothing nefarious about this. Shame on the crowd at USC for them booing not only the entire team. I don't even remember who they were playing, honestly.
They were playing Mississippi State.
The Mississippi State cheerleaders came out to do a performance during one of the commercial breaks. They were booing the cheerleaders. They didn't do shit.
Yeah.
So that the fans, that's a shame on you guys. It sucks for the women's game because look, once again, I always say that these tournaments are a television show, and the committee blatantly put UConn and USC in the same bracket, same side of the bracket, and they would have because it's two best players in college basketball, Paige Beckers and Juju Watkins would have ran into each other most likely. Now that's not going to happen. Torn ACL, probably done for about 6-7 months. Now she couldn't go to the WNBA anyway, and she's making more money in college than she is in the WNBA. So, I mean, she's not going to be financially hurt by this, but just recovery time. Hopefully she's the same player.
I would imagine that she's not going to be ready by the beginning of next season, right?
Oh, no. No, probably not.
Anyway, it's a shame. That's a shame. Brian, you got one as well. What do you got?
That's a shame is Rick Pitino benching his Big East Player of the Year for the last 5 minutes of the game and losing to Arkansas, and then going to the press conference and being asked why. And he said, well, he played 30 minutes. And the reporter, good for him, followed up. So he was tired. He goes, no, he played 30 minutes. Okay. You have a whole week. If you win the game, you have a whole week of rest before you play next. Like, what the hell does that mean?
Two schools of thought here. In Patino's defense, the guy was fucking bad. He was really bad in that game. He was terrible. Yeah. But in the defense of the player, and not in Patino's defense, he's the best player in the Big East this year. He's having a bad game. You got to give him a chance to redeem yourself. If you lose, you go down with your team, right? You go down with your guys. If you lose that game, now everyone's going to be questioning. I just don't.
Yeah, and one shot can turn it around too. Exactly. So, and he's one of the guys that got you there. I mean, unless there's something. So I wouldn't say I watched that game as closely as I could have, but unless he wasn't hustling and being a dick to his teammates or something like that, maybe he was. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then maybe then I'll give you a pass there, and I'll be on Patino's side, but I don't know what the inside conversation and what was going on there.
Yeah, so, we're not in the huddle, but even if he's having a bad game, you give him you call a timeout if you didn't already, and you tell him, look, give him the ball and go to the hoop and try to get fouled, get something cheap. And also, Arkansas had, I think, 2 guys before fouls that were big men. I think. I know they had at least one. So just go to the hoop, try to make something happen. You just don't bench that guy. Now, if
has Pitino got money on that game?
Yeah. Now, if in the timeout,
I'm sure that's going to come up at some point.
Oh, without a doubt. Now, if that's what Pitino told him to do, and then he started jacking up threes again, then okay, he went against his coach, and you deserve to be benched. But none of that's come out. So
yeah, which it shouldn't. Hopefully, it doesn't.
Yeah. Patino is notorious for not playing guys more than 30 minutes a game. So I get it from that perspective, but your season's on the line, dude. You got to have your best player in there. I don't think there's an excuse for it. And once again, I tried to play devil's advocate, but I'm just not. I'm not going to agree with that.
Yeah.
Sure. So, Brooks, you have that's a shame.
Yeah, that's a shame is Brett Gardner losing his youngest child unexpectedly on vacation.
So
and apparently a couple people in their family came down with an illness from wherever they were at, and I guess something. It sounds like nobody really knows, but that just sucks, man.
That just blows.
If you guys aren't familiar, 14-year-old kid. They went on vacation. He came down with some illness. They still don't know what's going on. He passed away in his sleep. 14-year-old kid. I don't know if we've got basically no information about it other than the statement that the Gardeners released through, I think, the Yankees. It's just fucking
sounds terrible. Like they don't even know either. It sounds like a couple other people in the family had gotten sick as well. So it's just the worst.
It's even weirder is this is a 14-year-old kid. This isn't like an infant where the immune system isn't completely developed. I mean, 14 years old. I'm not saying you're a full adult yet, but you're getting there. You're an adolescent. Coming up, your immune system should be good enough to sustain something.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. I never like to hear anything like that.
Is he still playing? I have one more that's a shame after this, but is he still playing or is he retired?
No, he's done. He's been done a couple years.
Okay. Yeah. I have one more, and it's just more humorous. That's a shame. Tiger Woods got a new girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Tiger Woods got a new
respect his privacy, please.
He sends out 2 social media posts of pictures and then says, "Please respect our privacy." He tweeted it out to 7 million people, and then tell them to respect their privacy. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I said it in the group chat. I said it in the group chat. I think he just wanted to show her off. Like, hey, this is who I'm dating. But hey, don't.
Love is in the air, guys.
And who's taking those photos? Like, did he employ his daughter?
That was the best thing. I saw some person went on a Twitter rampage, and their last comment was like, "This is the last thing I'll say about the Tiger Woods thing. Who took these fucking pictures?" I was
Charlie.
so hard at that. I don't know. Charlie got cooked in a junior tournament. He's 16 years old, and it was an 18 and under tournament. There's a lefty named Miles Russell who's like a prodigy of golf, and he shot 9 under in this tournament. Charlie came in like 20th and shot 11 over. But
bad.
Yeah, I mean,
bad tournaments are gonna happen.
This kid's 18 years old, shooting 9 under at golf. That's crazy.
T20 was 20 shots worse than the first.
Well, there was only like 40 people in the tournament. It wasn't like a full blown. Yeah.
Okay.
But also, Charlie's 16. He can start talking to colleges soon, I guess. I don't know if he's going to play college golf or what he's going to do. I would assume he will because Tiger went to Stanford. I'm sure he's going to want to continue that legacy, whatever. But UNLV finalizing deal to hire Josh Pastner as their head coach, former Georgia Tech and Memphis coach. That guy's a scumbag.
I'm seeing Terps Recruiting is saying Terps Recruiting is saying that Kevin Willard's coming on their show momentarily here soon, and John Phantom predicted that he's staying at Maryland, but obviously no hard facts on that yet.
Yeah, the whole circus sideshow. That's a shame. Is the AD stuff, the stuff that came out with Willard, basically cooking the AD and making sure he had no outs with this SMU thing. I loved it out of Willard. Fuck that dude sucks. Athletic director. What did you guys have on that? Sorry, I know we haven't talked about that on the pod. I don't think, and it's something that it was a super weird thing that happened right before the tournament started.
Why can't the AD take the job and then just everyone shuts up and no one you don't come out with it? It's like what Bud Selig used to do with any kind of baseball transactions that were happening during the World Series. It's like, okay, we know that you're going to this place. Don't say anything. Let the World Series breathe. Let the Maryland basketball team breathe in the NCAA tournament.
Why? Because he's a fucking clown. That's why.
How do you really feel?
That dude's a fucking joke. Like, ever since he got hired after all the shit that went down in Georgia when he was there, I don't understand how he got hired by Maryland in the first place. So it's come to light, I guess. The same firm, they've used the same firm for the last 3 hires for the Maryland AD position, and they've been bad. So maybe try something else.
Yeah.
And Evans might have been the worst. Maybe Yao. I don't know.
Debbie Yao was bad. I mean, Gary Williams, I think, actually wanted to push her downstairs at one point.
I think he's the reason why he retired. She's the reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one more, kind of on the same topic here in college basketball. Is like, I've never liked Sean Miller as a person. Great coach.
God. Sweatiest dude on the court.
All right. So Sean Miller was a former Xavier coach. Then went to Arizona and went to Arizona. Yeah. He left Xavier, went to Arizona, got caught doing some stupid shit. I think he even got caught recorded, trying to break the rules. Has to leave Arizona, goes back to Xavier. Xavier's nice enough to hire him again. And after one fucking season, he does his scumbag shit again. And now he's the new Texas head coach.
Yep. I mean,
also,
if you're
what
Xavier,
is
what were you
doing?
I don't know. I mean, this guy's a scumbag of all scumbags. Why are you hiring that guy? You know he's going to get another job. He's just trying to take some team to the tournament.
I don't know why Texas got rid of Beard. How have we been that? How have we been 3 coaches away from Beard at this point? This is ridiculous.
It's
you don't remember you don't remember why they got rid of Beard?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm going to paraphrase.
Beard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to paraphrase a little bit of what happened because I don't remember all the details because it's been a while. But basically, Beard and his wife got into an altercation, and she went to the police with a domestic dispute where she actually had choke marks around her neck. Now,
shit.
It came out. She rescinded what her original story, and she actually said that she hit him multiple times, and he was basically doing self-defense, and he even had marks on his body. So it seems like that is the true story. But before she rescinded her story, Texas had already released him of duties.
Well, I mean, that always
Very
happens in these domestic situations, to be honest with you. You know what happens in Maryland or in Baltimore when that shit happens? You're both going to jail. So
Yeah.
you guys, you let the courts fucking figure it out. So
yeah.
Dumbasses.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's
But one other thing I wanted to bring up real quick, unless you got something else on the Sean Miller shit. What are your guys' thoughts on the this controversial technical foul thing? I know I said I didn't want to bring it up anymore, but I never got your guys' thoughts on this.
Fill me in.
I don't know.
From that elbow, everybody thought should have been a technical foul. From Colorado State, flagrant. Yeah,
too.
sorry. Yeah.
I mean, the guy came over and apologized immediately, and that's great. But I mean, we needed the points at that time, and we needed momentum at that time. That would have given us momentum, and they definitely would have given him a flagrant 1. It didn't look intentional, but I was kind of jazzed up that who got hit, Reese. That Reese didn't go over to like Willard and be like, "Hey, can we look at this?" One of our big guys.
Yeah,
I think it was Queen.
No, it wasn't Queen.
Either way, it's one of our guys.
Regardless, they just they shut up and kept playing, and honestly, I feel like they went up and down the floor a couple more times before they started talking about this, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the announcers were picking and choosing like a lot of stuff a couple plays later to talk about, like throughout the game. I noticed that. And then I saw everyone was going nuts on Twitter about it, and it's like it's over. It's fucking over. Like let's move on. At this point, it's not like the game's moving on. There's nothing we can do about it. So let's stop bitching about it. Yeah. So, I agree with you, Brooks. I don't have anything to add.
But I just know that was a hot topic there for a little bit. And was it probably a flagrant? Yes. But we moved on. Did I think it was intentional looking at the replay? Probably not. There's plenty of guys that go elbows up. And he wasn't looking at the guy and then turned and elbowed him in the head.
Yeah, he was just making a move and he jabbed, but he hit him right in the temple and he hit him good.
Hard, yeah.
But I mean, like, would we be singing the same song here if we lost that game by 1 point? I'd be pissed.
Probably. I probably would be. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know why. I was just like that it just didn't bother me that much as it did with everybody else. And maybe that's just a me thing. So that's why I wanted to ask you guys.
Yeah, I want your guys' thoughts because we've got so much college basketball stuff to talk about today, and we will get to Orioles and other things going around in the sports world. But what are your thoughts on the transfer portal opening up on 3/24 during the NCAA tournament?
It's bullshit. It's got to change. It's the same thing. The same thing with football. It's going to change, I think, and it's got to change, and it should change. And I think
it's got to change now. Like
now,
this year. Like obviously they can't do anything about it this year, but like I don't want to talk about this at the next tournament because the same thing happened in college football. How did they not fucking know this was going to happen in college basketball?
What are you going to have? Like, if one of these Sweet 16 teams have guys who are already like committed to go somewhere else, can you trust them on the court? Like I wouldn't.
It's crazy to me. I have no idea why that's a thing. I just don't.
I think it's gonna. It should change right away. But I agree with you, Dustin. I think after all the bullshit that happened with college football when they had this issue, they should have came out and said, "Okay, with the NCAA tournament, we're looking at this. Here's the date. Like this is going to be an issue again." They should have changed it in freaking January or December or something.
They need to go back to sitting out a year.
Yeah, and look, I'm not going to fault the kids on this stuff, and I don't agree with you on that one, Pigtown. I don't, but I understand it and respect your opinion. But these kids and their families are all in the same place, in the same hotels, and you've got these agents or other coaches from other teams rolling around having backdoor meetings and shit. So it's just it's a terrible look, and it doesn't like if someone tried to poach, if Derik Queen was going to the NBA next year, if someone tried to poach Derik Queen in our hotel, I think Kevin Willard might come out with a machete and chop that person's head off.
Yeah, I think this isn't going to be an issue next year. I think it's going to get changed. It's not going to be an issue next year, but I'll reiterate, this shouldn't have been an issue after we saw what happened with the college football playoffs. Yeah. They should have said, all right, I can see this happening with basketball. Let's just make a ruling right now. unless they weren't allowed to. I don't know what the stipulation is on that, but so going back to the sitting out a year, obviously that was what it was when we were in college. I think that I'm interested to see what these guardrails are going to be when they come out with it all. But I like sitting out a year, but I think there has to go back to those. There's got to be certain circumstances that allow you to transfer and play right away. And that's what it was before. Like if your coach left or something like that, you were able to go. I don't think it's got to be as strict as it was before, but the willy-nilly like free agency part of it is a little frustrating as well. But we're just gonna have to see with some of the new stuff because this is all new. So I don't even know how to combat that. Make it fair for both sides.
This is on the NCAA. Like this is totally on the NCAA. Like the coaches didn't pick this transfer portal date. The players didn't pick this transfer portal date. The NCAA did. I don't know if it's just to stick it to the coaches and players who were bitching and moaning for a while, but I don't want to hear these coaches bitch about having to go sit out a year or to transfer. They've been doing this shit for as long as I've been alive. Coaches, as we're talking about Sean Miller jumping teams.
It was pretty easy to be able to play that first year if you transferred. I mean, if grandma or anybody in your family was a little bit sick, you could be like, all right, I'm moving closer to home. Like even if you just were moving closer to home because make up a reason, it was pretty easy to get that passed. Mm-hmm. So also, before I forget this or it goes off my timeline, Willard is on one of the shows right now. He reiterated that he's not leaving, which obviously he would say that even if he was leaving. And that he's been working with the athletic department, namely Brian Ullman, to get resources he needs for the program to help bring back a championship to College Park. So what he should be saying.
Yeah.
No matter what's going to happen.
He's the highest paid Maryland employee. I mean, the state of Maryland, not just the university. Why doesn't he have a say? If you want to make him happy, why doesn't he have a say in who the new AD will be? Because Maryland makes University of Maryland makes a lot of money off basketball. So,
maybe you will. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should probably bring all the coaches into a room for the interviews. Or, I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. But I don't think that's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, at least ask him his opinion. You don't have to give him final decision, right? But
sure.
He has to say.
Even the lacrosse team, the baseball team, bring everybody in. Everyone's gonna vote for whoever's gonna allocate the most resources to each team that they coach. I get it, but at least have them like, hey, write on a piece of paper and send it to me. Like, who did you guys like? Who did you not like? We'll look at it all at least.
Yeah. This isn't reinventing the wheel. I mean, it goes as low as when I played college baseball and we had to get a new coach. As I was a sophomore, they brought in all the team captains, and I was a captain and went in, and we got to interview the new coaching guys. So it was what I'd be looking for if I'm Willard and I'm in a room, if I'm any of these coaches at the University of Maryland, I'm in a room, I want to know what your connections are and how you can get us more NIL money.
Mm-hmm. He said that in the interview too. He basically said, he was like, we need more NIL money. We just need it.
Yeah. And this is true, Pickdown. Somebody did come in and it was like 25 or 50 million. It was something crazy.
I think it was 50.
Yeah.
That was 10 mil in January. So but the report that came out with Willard was that the John Rothstein report was that he was looking to stay. He was going to get extended, be a top 10 paid head coach in the NCAA, and they were going to figure out a $50 million new basketball facility or something like that.
I think they need it.
But I mean,
they just redid Cole Fieldhouse. Like, I mean, I know that's mostly football.
Is classrooms, and there's like intramurals and shit going on in there. I think they do most of their practicing at Xfinity or Comcast or whatever the fuck it's called.
The Xbox.
The Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've never heard that.
Like if you're gonna do like facilities and stuff like that, it's got to be like training rooms, meeting rooms, and stuff like that. But I mean, do you really need another facility to shoot? I mean, you have the Xfinity. The Xfinity Center is nice. I mean, you could
there's plenty of room on that side of campus, though.
There's also a women's team, so I guess maybe yeah.
But you put in amenities that like things that you don't think of sports wise. Like I'm just gonna make up something random. Like we were watching Hard Knocks, and the Bears had like a barbershop inside, their facility. Just do something like that draws the kids in, that they don't have to pay for a haircut ever again.
Be pretty. It's cheap to do that stuff too, like that kind of thing. That would be.
I'm just throwing shit against the wall here, but I mean, stuff like that. Put in a big ass arcade room if they don't already have one.
I mean, you saw he wanted to stay an extra night for Christmas or New Year's or whatever that was, and they like little things like that would have went a long way. Like, I think one of his main complaints, it seems like, and this is me reading between the lines, is he was probably like, yeah, the football program gets whatever they need, and we're the one who carry the school, or traditionally.
100%. I mean, I know football makes more money than college basketball regardless, but Maryland's basketball school. We talked about it earlier. I mean, that's just what it is. So.
Yeah, if you can't stay an extra night in New York for team building or something like that, like that's bullshit. That's an easy ask. If it's the baseball team, I get it. I send them back home.
Just text Kevin Plank and say, "Hey, can you front us $5,000 for the one night?"
I'm a moron, and I'm gonna, that's a shame. Me, all right. I'm an idiot. All right, my new roommate Kyle Roach.
You're not wrong.
By the way, Kyle, love you, man. Love you, man. His brother unfortunately passed away this past weekend, so love you, buddy. Thinking of you. But he's part of the donation team at Maryland, and he's probably got inside information on this. Definitely,
probably.
Jesus, I'm a moron.
Well, there you go.
Obviously, he's got a lot of family stuff going on right now, so I'm not going to bug about any of this stuff until later. But yeah, thinking about you, Roach. Good luck with all your arrangements and stuff the next couple of days.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Roach. Do you guys want to transition to one of our drafts now?
Yeah, sure.
Or do you want to do them both at the end in back-to-back fashion? How do you want to do it?
Well, we're on the topic of basketball now, so we can
that's
do
what
that.
I was thinking.
Because then we're going to do baseball. I'm sure we're going to talk a little opening day quickly, and then we can do our home run stuff.
Yeah. That's kind of nuts.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Brooks, do you know who won the athletes in a bar fight? Because I think
Dusty won. I was in second, Brian third.
Okay, and that's exactly the order I have written down here. I don't want the first pick because I don't have a clear and obvious favorite, because all the clear and obvious favorites for our draft today, one of our drafts today, guys, is best college basketball players. We're doing all time. I'm once again, I wasn't
take that
around.
How you want it.
I wasn't around in the 60s and 70s. I'm not picking Pistol Pete and Lou Alcindor and Bill Walton and all those guys. And I know they're almost certainly the greatest basketball players, college basketball players ever.
They're my top three.
They are. They're the best. And if you look at the list, they're the best. But look, I'm going to draft guys that I saw play. So
I have a question.
How I'm going to do it.
I got a question for the committee.
Sure.
Are we doing like shooting good? Like you have to establish like, hey, I'm picking this guy as my point guard, my shooting guard.
So you want to do a starting five, or do you want to just do 5 players?
Shit,
that's what I'm asking.
I just wrote down 5 players. I didn't write down because I don't know where some of these guys played, like in terms of their position.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that we're on the same page.
Let's just do 5 guys. And once again, I'm probably not going to pick anybody further back than like the 80s. I've only got one guy in the 80s in my mind. Other than that, I'm going to be going
2, I think.
Somewhere 80s and newer. Once again, I'm not picking Lou Alcindor. I'm not picking Bill Walton. I'm sorry. Those are the best players. Brian's going to get all those guys, and he's probably going to win. But whatever. I'm going to go third because I get to choose, and I don't have a clear-cut number 1 here. So give me the third pick. Brooks,
I got
second or first?
Second, because I don't think Brian's going to take who I want. So
okay.
I think
Brian, do you want Pistol Pete? Do you want Bill Walton? Do you want Lou Alcindor? Who do you want?
I'll take Lou Alcindor.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Lou Alcindor.
Who's that?
Formerly known
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Currently known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I have some stats actually. If I can find the right article. Lou Alcindor, who wasn't able to play in his freshman year because John Wooden didn't let freshmen play.
That's nice. Sounds like Calvert Hall.
The freshman UCLA team beat the national championship UCLA team.
Lou Alcindor, college averages 26.4 points, 15.5 rebounds, 3-time NCAA champion, 3-time Final Four most outstanding player, 2-time AP Player of the Year, 3-time consensus first team All-American. And
okay, so he has
those are only threes because he couldn't play in his freshman year. His numbers are silly.
I'm gonna take this guy first. Do I think he's the best college player of all time? No, but I'm gonna get some clicks out of this anyway. Give me Michael Jordan.
Oh, all right. I like that. I mean,
is he the best? Is he a top
shot in a national championship game? Right?
Sure. Is he a top 3, top 5 college player? Probably not. I mean, because he didn't play the entire time. So
he wasn't the best player on that team, that national championship team. It was James Worthy.
Yeah,
just by the numbers.
But I'm going to take it because I think it's going to get me a couple votes.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, look, we're making a basketball team here. I'm going to take some. I'm going to take some hometown votes, and this is going to be the only guy on the list that I didn't actually get to see play. I'm taking Len Bias. Yeah, I'm just going to take him. Everyone says he was the best. Obviously, his situation, unfortunate.
Everyone said he was better than Jordan, but he's older than Jordan. So.
The best college basketball player that I've seen in my lifetime. Well, there's a couple of ways to think about this: best career or best overall player. Because there's a couple one and dones that I want here. Yeah. But as much as I hated him, I think I got to take Tyler. I think I got to take Tyler Hansbrough.
I thought you were going to
You thought I was going the other way.
I thought you were going different. I thought you were
not do that. I thought you were. Tyler Hansbrough. He's the best career college basketball player that I've seen in my lifetime. I think over a 4-year span. I can't think of anybody. It comes to mind first for him. So Len Bias and Tyler Hansbrough.
All right. One of the most clutch tournament players I ever saw play, and just one of the wildest tournament runs ever. Kemba Walker.
Oh, cardiac Kemba. I love that.
Dude, I mean, I feel like he hit a buzzer beater in every single game that year. It was crazy, and he took over every single game.
Yeah,
Then they had Shabazz Napier 3 years after him, and he was also equally as clutch.
Yeah. Yep. It was crazy. They had a crazy run of guards there those few years.
Yeah. All right. I get 2 of them. I'm going Patrick Ewing.
Wow. Okay.
At Georgetown. Yeah.
Patrick Ewing out of Georgetown.
Mm-hmm. And I will
second best player to come out of Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
AI.
Yeah.
And then I will take Hakeem Olajuwon.
Wow, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. 1994 and 95 NBA champion, I believe.
Yes. I'm going to have the tallest team by far.
And he was an NCAA championship, or they lost in the NCAA tournament.
They lost 1983. They lost the NCAA championship.
Did he go to San Francisco or something? Or did he go to
Houston?
Yeah,
he went to Houston.
He went to Houston, and then he played for Houston Rockets. Okay, so that's 2 in a row. Brooks, you get a what's your third pick here? You get a pick here.
My third pick is going to be Baltimore boy. Carmelo Anthony.
Happy.
Yeah. Carmelo Anthony was probably going to be in my wrap around there, but that's an awesome pick. That Syracuse team was unbelievable. Good for Jim Boeheim running that zone for all those years. All right, so I got a little audible to make here. Give me Steph Curry at Davidson. Mm-hmm. He was unbelievable, especially in that last tournament, but he was electric the whole time he was there. And give me Kevin Durant that 1 year at Texas, his freshman year.
Did you just say Kaka? The soccer player?
No. It's Kevin Durant. Kaka.
That was my next
Brazilian soccer player, though. Yeah, Kevin Durant that year at Texas, he almost broke the single season scoring record in college basketball as a freshman, and they only made it to the Sweet 16. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, just unbelievable. That guy is the best scoring forward in the history of basketball, and I mean, he showed it at Texas. Also, he's a local guy, DC guy. He played college basketball with Rivas Vasquez and Adrian Bowie.
God damn it, man.
You didn't think I was taking him?
No.
I screwed you all up, dude. There's so many BYU guys. Just take one of them.
I know. I'm not taking it though.
Oh man.
You know my thoughts on the West Coast Conference.
So you're not going to be taking Adam Morrison and his unbelievable facial hair?
Nope.
Okay.
Will not be.
Kelly Ulynek.
Oh my God. Stop talking.
Shit, man.
Look, Nick
if anybody
Cannemetti's still on the board.
Nobody can take anybody from Duke because there's like 5 guys from Duke to be off the board at this point, but we're just not going to take them.
Not doing it.
We're boycotting it.
Yeah,
can't do it. Yeah, you were when you picked Tyler, when you picked Tyler Hansbrough, I thought it was going to be from another blue team from Carolina.
Absolutely not, dude. I had a hard time taking Hansbrough, but he's just. I mean, look at his resume; it's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Give me another local. Well, not a local boy, but he played locally. The Admiral, David Robinson.
Oh, Navy guy, the Admiral.
Good call.
David Robinson. Unbelievable player. You could take one of his teammates, not at Navy, but in the NBA, maybe in this draft if you wanted to. Brian, you get 2 in a row to finish your draft here.
Sure. I'm going to go with Mr. Magic Johnson.
Irvin Magic
Johnson.
Irvin
and
Magic
it's
Johnson.
funny. It's funny you brought that up because I will take Mr. Timothy Duncan.
Tim Duncan, Wake Forest fame. I think he was a National Player of the Year, 2-time All-Defense, first All-American Defensive Player. The most underrated player in the history of basketball, in my opinion, Tim Duncan. Brooks, you get to finish your draft off here. Who is your next guy?
I can't let this guy go. My last guy was not going to be this, but since he's still on the board, I believe, unless I just didn't hear you guys say it, I can't let Mr. Larry Bird go.
Yeah.
Oh, Indiana State Sycamores. Larry Bird. All right.
I was not going to take him, but he was still hanging around.
God, I got so many options. Do I take a Terp? Do I just take Grievous?
If you take Grievous over Dixon, because Dixon was going to be my last pick, you're out of your mind.
I'm not taking Grievous. I'm not taking a Terp, I don't think. There's so many options. I could take any of the Fab Five guys. I could take Jimmer Fredette. I could take Doug McDermott. I could take Adam Morrison, John Wall.
Who?
God, so many guys to take here.
Who won? I was just thinking about it. Who won that national championship game between Magic and Bird? Did Magic win it?
Magic.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not taking Zion. Fuck that. Give me a Mecca Okafor.
That's a pull.
Yeah. It's really, really good for 2003 and 4 UConn. I don't know why I took him. There's so many guys that are better than him. I could have taken Greg Oden.
I was going to say Greg Oden.
I'm taking a Mecca Okafor. He got it done. He didn't get it done in the NBA, but he was a really good college player.
He had like a 10, 12-year career.
Yeah, he played for a long time in the NBA. Just wasn't like a top-level guy. But career stats at UConn, 14-10, 4 blocks a game, national champion, 2-time defensive player of the year, Big East player of the year. You know, great player.
Yeah, I guess Larry Bird is kind of a homer pick. Even this is my home now, but
yeah,
I mean,
Joe Smith. Wow.
Stevie Franchise would have been a great one.
Yeah.
And he only played
a
year.
AC Law.
Oh,
AC Law was
forgot
sick.
about him. Yeah.
I had Jerry West, Ralph Sampson, Bill Walton, and Pistol Pete.
Yeah, Bill Walton and Pistol Pete. I mean, they're
Bill Russell and Danny Manning.
Yeah.
Danny Manning. Shaq. Maybe took Shaq at LSU.
Yeah, I was between Shaq and David Robinson.
Yeah.
I actually think Shaq was the second best player on that LSU team. They had a guy named Chris Johnson, who would have been a fucking baller. He's now called Abdul Mak Rauf, I think is his name, because he converted to Islam. But he was a stud. He was Steph Curry before Steph Curry. I'll put it that way. He would thrive in today's NBA.
I'm mixing him up with somebody then.
Another one and done that I thought about was Anthony Davis. 14, 10, and 5 blocks a game in his rookie or his freshman year. Won everything: national championship, most outstanding player, best player in the world, kind of shit. Dwayne Wade's last couple years at Marquette were unbelievable.
Great.
Michael Beasley at Kansas State was a stud. Trae Young at Oklahoma, Blake Griffin at Oklahoma. A lot of guys I've thought about. Adam Morrison probably would have been better than Emeka Okafor, huh? Yeah. All right. Whatever. We already
probably any of those guys that you said.
We already picked. Anyway, that's our draft. That's our college basketball players draft. Stay tuned a little bit later in the show. We're going to be doing our Homer draft for this year. Which is basically all of us are going to pick 5 guys, and we're going to do it snake draft style so nobody can pick the same players. And we're going to take 5 guys each for home runs this year. Whoever has the most home runs combined at the end of the season will win some sort of prize. Whoever's last will lose some sort of prize.
And keep those punishments coming in. I'll keep posting.
We need suggestions. Yeah,
I'll keep posting on Instagram and stuff for suggestions, just so we have a bunch to choose from. Yeah. So
I was watching while we're on the basketball. While we're still on basketball. This is NBA. I was watching a Dream Team documentary the other day. Guess how many timeouts the United States 1992 Dream Team called during the Olympics?
1, 0.
0. They never called a timeout in the entire Olympic Games.
Didn't need one. Yeah. Didn't need it. Take your timeouts. Fuck your timeouts.
I don't even think Chuck Daly was actually needed to coach that team. That team could have coached itself.
I was listening to Bill Simmons talk to somebody about this the other day, about how they lost in '88, and that's the reason the Dream Team came about, because it used to just be all college players. And I was looking at, they were discussing the team that would have been of all college players, and those guys would have ran that tournament too. I can't remember exactly all the names, but I know Bobby Hurley was in there. I know Christian Laettner was in there. I know there was a couple other huge names.
Grant Hill, Shaq. Yeah. Shaq could have been on that team.
Yep, Grant Hill, Shaq. Both of I think the Fab Five guys are around that time as well, right? Chris Webber, Jalen Rose. Any of those guys, I mean, that team would have ran shit in that tournament too.
Well, it all happened because, part of the documentary, why the team got developed was because in '88, the Soviet Union, they basically cheated.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous.
They got 3 extra seconds and 3 extra plays, and they basically just kept running plays until they scored and overtook the United States.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where I remember I think I remember watching some of the documentary where the U.S. was it shouldn't have been close enough to even let that happen.
Yeah.
That's basically what I remember from it, or it was a different one. Yeah. So they were like, all right, now we're sending our real good guys over.
Here we go. Come get some.
Switching over to baseball before we do the Homer draft here, I wanted to talk about this Mookie Betts stuff. Have you guys seen this? Really weird.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
Well, I know he got sick. He got sick in China or Japan or whatever.
He's got some weird illness. He's lost almost 20 pounds, and this is a guy that's not a big guy at all. They're saying that he's probably he's not 100% sure he's going to be playing an opening day. I think he's down below 160 pounds. Just a guy who can't catch a break the last couple of years, was on a crazy hot pace last year before he got hit by that pitch and had to miss something like 6 to 8 weeks of the season, which sucks. Obviously the Dodgers are more equipped to handle this than pretty much any other team in the league because they have so much depth everywhere. But losing Mookie Betts, who can play second, short, Gold Glove, right field, probably can play center and left as well. I mean, it's just and also the clubhouse factor. Hopefully he's not out for an extended period of time for the Dodgers.
Have they said what the illness is? I like the way when it first came out. Now that I'm remembering this, it sounded like he had food poisoning or something and was losing a bunch of weight that way. But then I'm kind of is it mono or something that he has? That takes a while to get out of your system or something. Have they actually said what the illness is?
I don't know. It says his weight has dropped from 175 pounds to 157 pounds. He hasn't been able to keep any solid food down for about 2 weeks. He's restricted to only liquids. He got an IV while they were in Japan and was sent home early from the team. But they said he's turning a corner. He tried solid food. He kept it down, got through his workout. That was yesterday.
I feel like this has been going on for a while, but it's only, it's
been a couple weeks.
Only 2 weeks, but
losing 20 pounds as a 175-pound athlete, that's not a small amount of money. I can't imagine playing a professional baseball game like that, right?
No, they're gonna wait till he gets his weight back up and gets back into shape.
I would be sick if I had to play the Yankees too. I love that, British Raven. Thank you. Thank you for that. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was super weird, and obviously everyone loves Mookie Betts. I don't think there's a single guy in the world that doesn't like that guy.
Yeah. Hasn't been diagnosed with anything. He hasn't been able to hold food down since 2 days before the Tokyo trip. So this happened before they went out there. I thought he caught something or ate something bad while he was out there, but I guess it was beforehand.
Yeah.
23 pounds. 157.
That's crazy.
I've been weighing 157 since I was like a freshman in high school, maybe even before that.
Probably 8th grade for me, if I had to guess. Baseball wise, we got I think what we expect is a little bit of a preview of what the Orioles opening day lineup is going to look like with that the lineup that we got the other day in that last spring training game. I'm going to try to pull that up so you guys can see it. This is probably what the lineup's going to look like. It doesn't look like Gunnar is going to be playing on opening day, which is
he's not. He's on the 7. He went on the IL.
Okay, so he's not going to be playing on opening day. We know that officially. So that it's frustrating, and obviously I'm going to share my screen here.
The good news is he's swinging. He's taking swings. This is an issue. This is an injury issue that affects obviously everything that involves torso rotation and everything like that. Because they're saying it's that whatever the ligament or whatever it is in his ribs. It's not his abdominal
thing.
Yeah. So I'm just glad that hopefully it's just that. And I can understand why they're holding him out. They probably don't want to. They want him to have like zero pain and not just like tweak this again and have to sit out again. So the 7 to 10 day IL stint I can deal with.
Yeah. Anyway, without Gunnar, this is more or less what we're expecting to look like. Obviously, the lineup to look like on opening day. Something around this depends, obviously, if it's a righty or lefty pitching. Do we know who's starting? Is it Barrios or Gossman? It doesn't matter. They're both right-handed.
Barrios.
Yeah.
Barrios.
Yeah. So he's starting. So it's going to be a righty on the mound. I would imagine the lineup is going to look something like this on opening day. And is it a little underwhelming without Gunnar? Yeah, I guess so. But I think this is a pretty deep team. I mean, I don't mind having Urias start a couple games here and there. He's a pretty decent player. I know people get frustrated with him a lot because you just think the at-bats should be going elsewhere. But, I mean, he's a solid ball player, and he has been for a couple years. I wouldn't be shocked if Westberg played third and Urias played second. Or, some combination of that, Holiday playing second. I would imagine Holiday's probably going to be playing short. Yeah. Mateo is still questionable for opening day, right? We don't know 100% if he's going to be ready. I know he's taking at bats and stuff.
He's played in a couple spring training games and everything like that, but they have not come out and confirmed that he's going to be on the roster yet. The other one is Felix has obviously been confirmed that he is on the roster.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. Obviously, that's great news. So look at this and do you guys see anything that stands out to you? I think obviously Gunnar not being there is the thing that stands out. Do you like the way that this lineup looks? Obviously, it will be Eflin instead of Povich too.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I mean, I think that's what it should be. I mean, you're just going to sub between Urias playing third and then moving Westberg to third and having Mateo probably play in second or however you want to do that. But I don't think they want to throw Mateo out there if he's not 100% healthy. And Urias seems to be swinging a hot bat here towards the end of spring against some good starters like Strider. So Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. And to your point, Povich was named the number 5 starter for right now. Obviously, that's all going to change throughout the year. It could not change, but there's guys that are going to be probably either getting hurt, coming back. Obviously, there's a lot of different stuff. So
if we see Brian Baker on the 26th man, look,
I don't mind it.
He might be that 26th man. Somebody's got to be. I do like that Suarez is going to start in the bullpen. Elias said that. I think that gives us a lot of flexibility because he can spot start if he needs to. So I do like that. I'm sorry, Brooks. There we go.
As of right now, he is. Brian Baker is going to be on the roster. I'm just going to.
Oh no.
Which I don't mind. Well, he's on the active roster. I guess I shouldn't say.
Suarez is better in the pen to BH. Yeah. But honestly, look, man, he was really great for us in that starter role last year when he was called upon. I mean, he was just a great pickup for us. We got for basically a bag of peanuts, and nobody expected anything out of him. I remember the first game he started, everyone was like, "Who the hell is this guy starting? He's 35-year-old who hasn't played in the league in like 8 years. He's a crazy story." But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to have him in the pen.
Not that this matters too much, but because it's spring training, but he has gotten lit up this spring. So hopefully that's just a ramp up period working on stuff, but something to note at least.
Yeah. We're opening in Toronto on Thursday at 3:00, and then the Terps play at 7:40 that night against Florida. Like I said on the last pod, it's going to be a little revenge for that that Orange Bowl back in the day. We're gonna get them this time, I think.
They still haven't put Kettridge on any kind of IL yet, it looks like.
Yeah, I would imagine he's
going
to like June, right?
Yeah, he's going to. So I mean, it's just another roster spot they're going to be able to make available because I don't see it on here because they have Wells and Bradish both showing on the 60-day IL, but they don't have him. I assume he's going to be going soon. I don't think Brian Baker stinks. I think
after bean chili, I do. I'll tell you that much. Yes, there should be no beans in chili.
There should be no beans in chili. Is that what you said?
Don't bring that to Delaware Dave's attention. Delaware Dave is adamant about this because you put beans in chili, it's not fucking chili, it's a soup. Okay, all right. I actually enjoy beans in my chili,
or he just doesn't like them in chili.
Nah, because he has baked beans whenever he smokes the pig. Yeah. So he likes beans. I enjoy beans in my chili.
Our mom doesn't like beans, so whenever we had chili growing up, she never put beans in it. That's just how we grew up eating it. But now, like, I don't care either way. I'll eat it because I like chili, but it's got to have mounds of Tabasco in it. That's the only way I'll eat it. Yeah, the new wall is done in left field. It looks pretty cool. You can check that out on Rock's Twitter account. It definitely looks like it's significantly further in, especially in the left center. Left field, straight pull left field is still going to be a little bit longer. But I do like that left center, that weird little gap that we kind of had back there for a couple of years. I like that that's kind of cleaned up now.
Oh yeah, that jetted out, like kind of catty corner.
Yeah, just look where the bullpen met the stands. It kind of looked awkward there for a while.
It did.
Which I know it's baseball. It's it's character of your home park, but I just thought it was weird. I'm glad that they have made the changes that they have.
Yeah, you can get like weird caroms and shit off that. The ball just jets immediately to the left.
I'm interested that Tyler O'Neill playing right and Cowser playing left. Do you guys think they'll flip-flop that a lot throughout the season, or do you think it's going to be mostly Cowser and left?
Cowser and left. They're going to put the faster guy out there to roam, the better guy defensively. You can hide people against the right field wall a little bit.
I don't think O'Neill needs to be hid. He's a fast guy too, right?
I do agree, but
I think our outfield defense is going to be significantly better this year.
They're going to put the better defender in left because there's just a whole lot more room out there to run. And if you think that Kaiser's potentially going to be playing center field at some point, or is good enough to be playing center field, then why would you not want him in left? You know what I mean? So
fair enough.
I love that we don't have a gap day in between opening day in Toronto.
Dude, it's the stupidest thing in sports. The gap day in opening day.
They put it in for a rain delay or rain out
for them. They put it on the 4th day. Why has it be on the 2nd day? I want to watch the whole series. Drives me insane.
But in Toronto, I mean, that's why we're not having it in Toronto, because they're domed, so you don't have to worry about a rain out.
Yeah.
But then we have ours when we come home against, I think, the Sox. Who we have second? Yeah, I'm going to opening night. The second game of the season. The second home game of the season.
Yeah, that is Monday, I believe, right? Monday is the first home game.
Yeah. Monday at 3:05, and then you got Wednesday at 6:30.
This will be, I think, the first Orioles home opener that I haven't been to in like almost 10 years. I don't
enjoy going.
I don't enjoy going. I like going because I get to see a lot of people that I don't normally see.
That's fair.
I get to see a big group of friends that I know are going to be there every year. And I get to hang out with them. That's why I really enjoy going. It's a pain in the ass for me, obviously, because I live in Ocean City. I would have to take the night off work, and it's a whole big thing. It's just I don't think it's going to happen this year, but I'm excited regardless for the game. And I'm excited that, we only got 2 more sleeps until we get to watch some baseball.
Some real baseball.
Some
meaningful baseball.
Hopefully, for the first time I've said this, hopefully Tony's not going to be hitting any taters this weekend.
Yeah. It's the equivalent of New Year's Eve for me. It's just amateur hour all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And I don't get a chance to enjoy the game. And that's why I like going on opening night.
Yeah. So. Well, opening night is Apple TV Plus game, by the way. The second game
already?
Yeah. The second game of the year, Friday night. It's Eflin Barrios to start, and then Morton Gossman in the second game. We will be seeing Scherzer and Chris Bassett in the 3rd and 4th game. We have not announced who's going to be pitching the 3rd and 4th game for us yet. Povich is obviously going to be starting that home opener against Boston, like Mike Elias said. So yeah, you're going to be seeing Eflin in that opening night game, Brian. That Wednesday 6:35 game, you're going to be seeing Eflin pitch that game, which is awesome because Eflin's awesome.
He's big. I didn't realize how big he was till we went down to spring training.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Dude. What happened to Brooks? Did he disappear?
He jetted off to the left. I don't know if he needed to give more water or something.
He probably did. I think I don't think I have anything else on the baseball side of things other than let's do this. You want to do our homer draft?
Yeah, sure. With Brooks, he'd get back.
Yeah, obviously. How do you want to do order here? Do you want to just do reverse of what we just did, or do you want to mix it up? How do you want to do it?
Let's do reverse. Sure.
Reverse. So I get first pick, and then Brooks, and then you.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. Make sure Brooks is okay with that. We'll just do that. Just because we don't have anything to compare to, unless you guys want to draw numbers and something like that. I just feel like that's overhandling.
That's overhandling. Who cares?
Squirrely dandelion. Brooks, we're gonna get into the homer draft. We just said we were gonna flip the order from the last draft. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So
it stays the same for me.
It's the same for you. I will be going first, and I have a weird feeling about the guy in the number 1 slot here on this RotoWire website because he's been very healthy for the last 3 years, and he's not necessarily historically the most healthy guy. And I'm going to take another guy who's historically not super healthy. Give me Ohtani. I'm taking Ohtani over Judge, and I don't care. I don't care who knows it.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Probably going to be taking.
I'm not taking Judge. I am going to be taking Yordan Alvarez.
Wow,
I think
that's awesome.
I think he's one of the top 3 hitters in baseball.
Yeah.
And yeah,
just a guy you do not want to see in October.
Love Yordan Alvarez.
You do not want to see that guy at the plate in October.
No, you do not.
All right, Bri. You taking Judge?
All right. Nope. Not.
This is crazy. We're going to get so roasted for this.
That's cool. It's fine. He's. I don't think his body can stand up. I just don't. So
Okay.
I'm betting on an injury. I don't want him to get hurt, but I'm betting that an injury occurs. I'm going to take a guy in a contract year who is a stud, and I hope he doesn't hit against us this coming series. But I will take Vlad Jr.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, and I'm also going to take my favorite under the radar player. At least personally, it's me, favorite under the radar player, and he's an all-star all the time. It's Jose Ramirez. I love his game.
Yeah, I was gonna take him. He's so goddamn consistent.
I know. I'm getting 35 to 37 home runs now.
He finished last year with 39 homers and 43 stolen bases, and that was in like his 10th season. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's
so good.
He's so little too. He's like the new Jose Altuve.
Yeah,
he's Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah, he's got a little less
weight
going around the midsection. All right, Brooks. There's a lot of big names up here.
I can't let Judge keep falling. I'll take him.
Yeah, I was gonna take him. I was kind of hoping I got Judge and Ohtani, and just that's 100 plus homers.
Nuts.
Maybe.
It's almost. I couldn't let him fall to you either. So
yeah. I'm gonna take the next best thing, and I'd say the next best hitter in baseball that's not been taken so far. Give me Juan Soto. I hate the guy, but he is undeniably talented and one of the best pure hitters in baseball.
Going to a big park though.
Going to a big park, but I don't really care about that. I think he's going to be fine. I mean, I'm really tempted by a couple of the guys at the top here. I'm going to go Matt Olson. He led the league in home runs 2 years ago and had a little bit of a down year last year. I think I'm going to go with him. I can see him getting back. He hit 53 homers 2 years ago. So. Brooks, you get another pick here.
Yeah.
Apple TV coverage is really good. Yeah, Apple TV is awesome. The quality
surprisingly good. Yeah. I
remember we said people who don't have it.
I remember last year every time we talked about it, we were all like, Apple TV has like the best coverage.
Yeah. Something about their cameras. It's crazy.
Man, there's just so many guys at the top of this list that are so injury prone at times that you can really screw yourself.
I know.
All right.
How aggressive do you want to get, Brooksy?
I know. You know what?
Take Stanton with his broken elbows.
No, give me a bounce back healthy year for Mike Trout. I feel like he's gonna come back. I feel like he's going to come back with a vengeance. He's got something to prove. It seems like he's got a fire lit under his ass right now. So
what?
If he was there at number 5, I was absolutely going to take him. I said this before on the show. He could play 100 games and hit 40 homers.
Yeah,
guys, unbelievable. That's crazy.
We're going to start hiding him in left. So.
Shit, dude. You got Judge and Trout. You might get like 20 homers total. No, I'm joking.
True. I mean, I could really screw myself here, to be honest.
I think the last 5 MVPs.
Wow, that's a cool stat. League. Matt Olson has the longest active streak in baseball with 639 games played and none at DH. That's awesome. He's one of the best defensive first basemen in the league, so it doesn't surprise me that he doesn't DH, but I would think you'd get an off day every now and then. Halfway to the NL record. Wow. An NL record is a lot less than the AL record, I guess. All right. Brian, you get 2 in a row here. You got
2 in a row.
J-Ram. Who do you want?
I'm going to.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
He's frozen.
Brian, you're frozen.
Who do we think he's going to take? All right, you're back.
You're back.
Cool. Club Wi-Fi isn't that great.
That's okay. Who you got?
All right. I'm going to take Fernando Tatis Jr.
I like that. He's primed for a big season at some point. He's too good to not have it.
And I'll just take Big Al, Kyle Schwarber.
Big Al.
All he does is
Kyle
hit dingers.
Schwarber. This generation's Adam Dunn. Kyle Schwarber hits dingers, strikes out a lot, doesn't give a shit.
That's still one of the best. Before anyone else picks, my two favorite Little League World Series graphics is Big Al. Hi, my name's Alfred Liga. My friends call me Big Al, and I hit dingers. Yeah. And then I think it was Barletta or Foy. He sent a picture in our baseball group chat, the Quality Hams group chat, and it was some kid, and it said desired occupation or like future occupation, and it just said retired. And Foy goes, "This kid gets it."
I love that. Retired. Heston Kerstad. No, I don't think we're going to be taking Heston Kerstad.
I hope so. But...
all right, Brooksy. Who is your fourth pick going to be?
My fourth pick is going to be. Do I have fun with this one or the next one? Probably the next one. Brent Rooker's been too consistent, man. I got to go with Brent Rooker.
Okay.
Brent Rooker's baseball reference page is awesome to look at because he has hit Oh, no, hold on. That's Jake Berger. I'm wrong. I'm stupid. You guys are smart. There's a guy named Jake Berger. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm so stupid.
What is happening here?
I'm breaking down.
Good talk.
Brent Rooker, the last somebody, not him. Somebody the last 3 seasons in a row has hit 250 exactly the last 3 seasons in a row, and I can't figure out who it is. And I thought it was him, but it's not. So anyway,
Mama's wrong again.
Brent Rooker was amazing last year for the A's, and he's playing in a minor league park this year. So good for him. I'm all kinds out of sorts now. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Pete Alonso's still on the board. I know I already took a Met, but I guess I'm going to take another one. That guy just a walking homer. He just hits homers left and right. So I'm going to take him, and I'm taking Gunnar. I know he's starting the season on the IL, but I don't expect him to be on it for very long, and I expect him to just keep getting better. And last year he hit something like 37 homers. So I'll take that. Give me Gunnar.
All right. I'm gonna round. I was gonna do something fun here, but with who I got sitting here in a contract year, I can't let him go by. Kyle Tucker. Coming off an injury riddled season last year, and still put up some great numbers while he was playing. And again, he is in for lack of a better term, a contract year. He's got an opt out if he has a great year. So I expect him to have a good year.
Yeah. The only problem I have with him is Wrigley. It's tough to hit in there when that wind's blowing in. Bellinger talked about it a lot. Ian Happ talks about it a lot. And the first month of the year, it's tough to hit there. But he's obviously a mega talented player, so I like that pick. Brian.
Finish off my draft with Mr. Rafael Devers.
Rafael Devers. Third baseman or DH? Rafael Devers.
I don't know. Third baseman, I think.
I don't think he knows.
I don't think he's giving that shit up to
Bregman?
Mr. Alec Bregman.
I think he's going to have to, because I don't think the Red Sox are going to play him otherwise. Man, notable guys we didn't pick here. Bryce Harper. Really just staring at me right in the face.
I know.
Teoscar Hernandez always hits a ton of homers. Austin Riley could have a big bounce back year. He was really consistent, had a bad year last year. Ozuna from the Braves. If you catch that reference, that's funny. Marcell Ozuna hit like 40 plus homers last year. He was really good. And that guy rakes. Who else? Do you guys have any other guys you think could go crazy this year? Ellie De La Cruz is really interesting down the board. Just because his talent is so.
Adolis Garcia could have a bounce back year.
Yeah, and that guy's jacked.
I really was thinking of taking Bobby Witt. I don't know why.
He's just such a doubles guy, right?
He had 20 some last year. Did he hit 30?
I don't think he hit 30.
He had 20 some. Another one. I mean, we all skipped over Christian Walker. His odds are
Yeah.
relatively high. I just
He
don't
did.
see
Bobby
that
Witt hit
happening.
32 last year. You're right. He 32 and 31 stolen bases.
I love his game.
I think everybody does. I mean, if you get a healthy year out of Corey Seager,
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Absolutely. That guy hits tanks. He's a
Mhm.
smaller guy, but not at the plate.
no,
I like
he's
that Tyler O'Neill is so high up this list. That's pretty fun.
I know, right?
Isn't that
I mean,
crazy?
he had a ton last year and didn't play but 3/4 of the games or something. If
Yeah,
that.
he had a crazy ratio of how many games he played to how many home runs he hit. Jorge Soler, I mean, that guy hits tanks. He's playing in Anaheim this year, so
Louis Bob.
we'll see. Louis Bob. James Wood for the Nats. That guy's massive. I can see that guy hitting a ton of homers. Nobody
Yeah.
took Ronald Acuna Jr., who hit 40 homers a couple years ago, but is coming off an injury. So not really sure what to expect out of him.
Yeah, why is he so
this
far
season.
down here?
Just because I think
Because of the injury, I guess.
yeah, I mean, it's the second time he's torn his ACL. It's going to be tough for him to come right back and be the same player again.
Yeah,
But obviously,
maybe the stolen bases, but I think the hitting's still going to be there. Jackson
Yeah.
Merrill's got decent little odds. I like that.
Jackson Merrill. I was listening to
Ryan Mountcastle is at 20,001.
Well, that's crazy.
I mean, he's not that far down on this list.
I know.
Even Jackson's on here. You got a lot
that's
of.
just hype.
I like all that. I
like Cody Bellinger at 180 to 1 with that short perch and right. That guy won an MVP in 2019, I believe. And I mean O'Neal Cruz, he's going to be playing center full time this year. That guy hits fucking nukes. Just a lot of guys. I mean, there's so many guys we're going to leave off. I do think it's funny. Joey Gallo's on this list. Joey Gallo just announced that he's going to be returning as a pitcher, and he's on this list at 300 to 1. So
does he have a team right now?
No, he's a free agent.
That's what I mean.
He's a free agent and he's a pitcher, and he's still supposed to hit more home runs than Bo Bichette. So I just think that's hilarious. I would say Randy Arozarena, but nobody can hit in Seattle, so who knows? Mookie Betts angry at LA food trucks will hit 40 homers. That's funny. Maybe. I'm not going to take the guy who's down 20 pounds in the last 2 weeks, though. I just can't really. Please. With DFA jumps. That's a pretty crazy thing.
Did Stowers officially get DFA'd?
Did he actually? I thought he was going to be like a starter for them.
Yeah, I don't think Norby's starting the year injured and possibly not even on the team, not even on the big league team, and Stowers might get cut.
Wow.
Yeah. What else we got going on here?
Kyle Stowers has made the opening day roster for.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. He's made the opening day roster. Yeah, that trade looks less and less terrible all the time. I guess it's still not looking great because Trevor Rogers has basically not been.
He's still ramping up.
Yeah, he's still ramping up. He's not been huge point of emphasis for the Orioles, but I like getting the trade thing rolling because I think Sandy Alcantara for them could be on the move early this year. If they're tanking, they're not trying to be good. And that guy won the Cy Young 2 years ago. Obviously, got TJ, so we don't know how he's going to look. But
one other thing, we selected Matt Bauman's contract, so he is going to be on the team. If this list is, well, it's not correct because it still has Grayson on here, but we haven't put Grayson on any like 10-day IL or 7-day IL. I guess they don't have to do that yet, and they haven't put who was the other one I said earlier? Kettridge. They haven't put him on any IL designation on here yet either. So I mean, that's 2 more roster spots that are going to be available for guys, and they're probably still trying to figure out who that's going to be.
Yeah, British Raven. We know all too well about this. Luckily. I think we're getting ready to wrap up the show anyway, so we'll let Brian come back on here to do that with us. Brian,
Sorry, boys. Laptop died right there.
That's
You're all
okay,
good.
man.
Well, we got
talking. We're getting ready to wrap up the show, but Brooks, I think, has something else.
your yes, your hat did make it out. I'll get you tracking number today. Rock's still saying that G-Rod is going to be some kind of IL. That's not surprising. It's going to be at least 7 days, 10 days.
Yeah,
because he'll need to ramp up again. He is throwing. I guess I should say he is throwing. I have seen that playing catch and everything like that. So, but yeah, so it's just there's going to be a couple more spots that are going to be open here soon. So
Yeah.
It could also be something where Mayo makes the team, but more than likely it's going to be pitching.
And look, that could be a reason we went out and signed a guy like Kyle Gibson, because if G-Rod, if we want to give him a little bit more time, I would be fine with him. If he's good and healthy and he's back in like May 1st, I'm fine with that. If he misses a month,
G-Rod?
Yeah, G-Rod. So maybe that's just why we signed Kyle Gibson. Also, by all accounts, he loved it here. We didn't really talk about that, by the way.
Yeah, I guess we should.
I don't think so. But yeah, we signed Kyle Gibson to, I guess, vet minimum deal or something like it. It's a 1-year deal. And that dude just eats innings. He's last year had like 170 plus innings, had like a 4.2 ERA.
Just did what he does.
We signed Gibson because our rotation is made at Charlestown All-Stars, so he's getting hurt at some point. Yeah, you're right, Gibby.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we've gone all in on depth this year, not like the front end guys. I mean, I say that because I just think, I mean, G-Rod's going to be the front end guy. They've already established that. It's just hopefully he stays healthy. But we see what's happening in New York right now.
And 4 pitchers.
I just don't see that their depth after that is as good as ours. So
we're gonna talk about this a lot on the Thursday show. We're gonna be guys.
Let's talk about what we're doing on Thursday.
Yeah, make sure you tune in on Thursday. We're gonna go through our divisional picks. We're gonna go through MVP picks, Rookie of the Year picks, who we think is gonna win the World Series, some breakout candidates, stuff like that. We're gonna talk about all that on Thursday. At 11 because the Orioles play at 3. So it'd be the perfect time to do it. And we're going to keep track of everything. So we see who had the best picks and everything later in the season. So that'd be awesome. And a little spoiler for my thoughts on the Yankees is I think they're a little top heavy. And I think that top might tip over. If Aaron Judge gets hurt, that Yankees team is in dire straits because they have no starting pitching. And their lineup, I don't know. It doesn't inspire me all that much. So anyway, that's a little spoiler of what I think about the Yankees. Also, I hate the Yankees, so take it with a grain of salt.
Not
biased at all. But anyway, we're going to go through all that stuff on Thursday. MVPs, World Series picks, division winners, all that stuff. So if you guys want to know our take on what's going to happen in the baseball season this year, that is when we're going to be doing it on Thursday. Also, obviously, during that show, we're going to be talking Terps basketball because they played Florida that night as well. So we're going to preview that game a little bit more. We talked extensively about it today, but we'll do at least a little minor thing.
Thursday's a big day.
Thursday's a big day. This is a big time of year, man. Masters in a couple weeks. March Madness still going on. Opening day. Love it.
I picked the wrong time to slow down on drinking.
Yeah, you did. I picked the right time to ramp up.
I think Thursday I might have to break. I'm sitting here drinking Sprites and trying. Like I had a glass of red wine last night. Like, that's all I had. Like that's Thursday's just a different kind of day, man.
Yeah, Thursday is going to be fun, and I'll be in the city. I have to get a physical on Friday, so I'm not going to get too tuned up on Thursday. At least I'm not going to try to. But
yeah, you guys need to work out where you guys are going to be live from. We got 2 of the Huckleberries live together.
Yeah, Dusty and I will be together.
I'm going to be in Baltimore on Thursday. Probably coming home on Saturday, maybe Sunday. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll figure out where we're going to go live from. The house 2 doors down from me there's some massive construction, so. We might have to go pick a bar or a coffee shop, or we can come to the club, Dusty, or something. We'll figure it out.
The Wi-Fi is really good at the club, so we'll do it there.
Yeah, really. Well,
yeah,
I had to come upstairs because all the guys are downstairs doing the codfish stuff. So the club smells great, by the way. It smells like a seafood
I love,
market.
dude, the Cotty cake here, dude.
Pancakes, baby.
The Cotties. If I show up in a suit on Thursday morning, will you guys let me hang out? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can come
absolutely.
hang out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going to be doing the show, but yeah, I'll be getting up bright and early on Thursday, driving up. We'll do the show, and then I'm going to watch those games. And then I got to, go to the doctor on Friday, make sure I'm all good, clean bill of health kind of thing, hopefully. And then I'm playing golf Friday afternoon at Mount Pleasant. So
Mount Pleasant. I heard Mount Pleasant's in great shape, by the way. I was talking to somebody the other day, talked about playing it.
Played there once, like 12 years ago, so I couldn't tell you anything about it.
What else was I going to say? Shit. Yeah, we'll get together. Let me know when you get in town, Dusty, on Thursday, and we'll get together and figure something out.
I mean, the show's going to be at 11. I'm planning on trying to be there at least an hour before, so I'll probably leave Ocean City by 7:15, 7:30, something like that. Okay.
And then why do you have to go to a doctor here in Baltimore? You don't have one out in OC?
No, my primary is still across the bridge, and I never changed it. And I only go once a year for the physical, so I just figured it was easier. I can get a doctor down here. I don't know. I used to go back and forth for the dentist too, but then I got a dentist down here. It makes life a lot easier. But
yeah, because you got to do that every 6 months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that's why. So, but yeah, that's our Tuesday edition of Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture. Thank you very much for hanging out, listening, watch, subscribe, all that stuff. Tell your friends about us. Thank you guys so much for just hanging out, letting us do this. I appreciate all of you very much. And we're going to let the boys here send us off. Go ahead.
Brooks, you got anything?
I got nothing. Just Thursday is going to be an awesome day.
Yeah, man.
We'll start working on that once we get off of here, in terms of where that's going to happen. So,
yeah. We always talk about mental health at the end. Hung out with my friend from NAMI, Amanda, yesterday. She's got a little, it was good hanging out with her and getting to see her and her mom. But my friend group needs a break. This needs a break. Already brought up Roach and his family situation, and then our friend Drew from not trying to rhyme time here. Our friend Drew from Ballyhoo, who happens to be Roach's best friend, at least in my eyes, and a friend of mine, unfortunately lost a family member to a drunk driver over the weekend. So all of our friends are kind of taking care of each other.
Yeah.
See y'all Thursday, and let's have ourselves a Thursday, guys. I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I mean, I'm ready for baseball to get started, even though it already started over in fucking Japan, because that makes total sense.
But We're not counting that. Fuck those guys.
Joe, we're sending off on this comment. We don't have those here. You need teeth.
Anti-dentite, man. An anti-dentite.
I'm gonna get off here and brush my tooth. All right, I'll see you guys.
See you, boys.
See you, boys. Be good.